Alright, this is one of the first reviews I'm ever doing, and if it's dumb or it makes no sense, that's not my fault. Okay? I guess it is. Never mind, whatever. Now, I'm someone who tends to like the Sonic the Hedgehog video games. You know, as they say nowadays, I like to hedge my hog. So anyways, I'm talking about Sonic Superstars, you know, the game that came out 6 months ago. Jesus Christ. So anyways, I'm talking about the game because I didn't like it. Okay, I didn't like it. I was hoping so badly that it was going to be one of the best Sonic games next to Mania. I wasn't expecting a new Mania. I just hoped that it would be good. It was not. On release, the reviews on Steam were so mixed, it's unbelievable. It's like Origins level mixed. I mean, but in terms of the reviews now, they're slightly more positive, so I guess that's good. Being genuinely honest, I did not expect it to be this mixed. I didn't even expect myself to not enjoy the game. Alright, before I'm sorry about what just happened there, but before I tear into this game like a bear going through your garbage, there's something I need to say real quick. And it's a moment of positivity for this game. It's crazy. This a positive thing you have to say? No way. Okay, yeah. The physics are really good. I have to say the physics are good. They're exactly like Mania and how I'd expect them to be. So that's a positive for the game. Good job. You did the bare minimum. And some of the level design is actually pretty good. I do like Bridge Island and Speed Jungle. Some of the level design there is really fun. It has a good compliment for speed. Now before I continue this, I just have to say that I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment by buying this game on Nintendo Switch. It is the worst version to buy this on. Do not get this game on Switch. It looks like absolute poopy. Sorry guys, I can't swear. I'm legally obligated by my lawyers. I don't have lawyers. Whatever. Now there are a couple of gimmicks in the game that do not like your speed. Most of the gimmicks that I'm talking about come later in the game, and by later in the game I mean the third zone. You know what, just because I want to, I'm gonna do a tier list of Sonic Superstars levels based solely on their gimmicks. Alright, I said I was gonna do this, so just because I thought it was funny. Bridge Island, it's a fun level that has a bunch of branching routes and has fun gimmicks, so it's going in S tier. Speed Jungle favors your speed over anything else, so it's going in S tier. Has a pretty bad, these two have pretty bad bosses, but they're okay. Whatever this level is called, I'll put on screen. The fans are annoying because they kill your speed, so it's going in A tier. Pinball Carnival has some pretty cool gimmicks with the like the carnival and the casino kind of gimmicks meshed and mashed together. It's kind of cool, so it's going in A. Lagoon City, it's alright. Sand Sanctuary, it's alright. Here, we need to make a special tier. Alright, now we have, you know, I think that's fair. Golden Capital, it's alright. Cyber Station, it's okay. This one, conveyor belts are fine, just the annoying ones. This final egg, okay, it's not that bad. This is the completed tier list. If you don't like it, then it's okay to have a wrong opinion. So anyways, with that short little detour out of the way, let's talk about the music. Now we all know one of the best Sonic games with the best music is Sonic Mania. Just because T-Lobes knocked it out of the freaking park with this soundtrack. Take a listen. Most of the other Genesis games do have really good music. I might put an example like Sonic 2 or 3. If I don't, oh well, too bad. But typically with any Sonic release, you can expect there to be some pretty good music. Even the bad games have good music. Have you heard some of those 6's music? That's one of the worst games ever made, but it's still got some pretty good music. So anyways, I'm going to talk about a Sonic game that has absolutely atrocious music to listen to, and if you like it, what is wrong with you? Sonic the Hedgehog 4, released in 2011 with the music composed by a man known as Jun Senoue, who's actually composed the adventure songs, which are good songs. and he's worked on Sonic 3D Blast, specifically the Genesis version. I genuinely do not know where he went wrong when making classic Sonic music. It baffles me that he worked on 3D Blast for the Genesis version, and that music sounds good. But yeah, he worked through the adventure games and actually composed most of the guitar tracks that were used, which are all good. And in 2011, he composed for Sonic 4, which has some of the worst music known to man. I'm sorry, people who love good music. I'm sorry I had to jump scare you with that. But I'm gonna do it again with the Prototype music app. Now, if you at least have more than 7 brain cells, you can tell that those 2 songs were bad. And they brought multiple other composers in for this game. Just like T. Lopes, they brought him back. They brought the Sonic music god back, finally. I mean, here's the non-prototype, or I guess the final version of Bridge Island, since I used that in the example. Here you go. Now, personally, as someone who thinks that music is good, I think the remixes done by the other composers are way better than Jun Sonoe's. There's videos all over the place. Anyways, it's time for the bosses now. Now, if you didn't take me complaining about everything else in this game, let me give you a really hidden sign about them.
They're really bad.
When this game was being marketed, it was advertised as having 4 co-op multiplayer. Or 4-player co-op, whatever. So the choice was made to have the bosses reflect that. But it also reflects that in single player, making bosses take forever. In literally every other Sonic game from the classic era, you could kill bosses in at most 3 seconds if you knew what you were doing. And if you didn't, it'd probably take at most 30 seconds to not break the pace of the game, which is typically fast. Now, in this game specifically, these bosses take anywhere from 3 to 8 minutes, depending on how late you are in the game. Like in the first zone, it's at most 30 seconds. By the final boss is 10 minutes, and it takes place in Act 2 of the final level. And because of that, my friend and I, 64, we were playing and we kept on jumping over the checkpoint, so we had to play the final portion of the level 3 times because we kept on jumping over it until we beat it. We did not hit that checkpoint. We are so stupid. So anyways, I'm going to talk about the Chaos Emeralds now. They are now locked to a once per zone thing, which can be fine if the game didn't have some random stuff that it'd throw at you. The camera specifically zoomed in really close, so you can't really tell what some stuff is coming up in front of you, making it harder for you to judge if you're gonna get hit by something or not, because it's off screen. And also the special stages are not that good. They tried, but they're just not creative in what they do. It's sort of like you just have to swing yourself to it, but you can never actually get on the one that you want to swing to the Chaos Emerald. It's always the one you don't want, and it's just random on where you actually can get to the Chaos Emerald. Some of them are really hard because of this. I think specifically the 4th and the 5th are like the hardest ones simply because of that. In previous games, if you really wanted to, you could at least get them by the 3rd zone, which I typically do. Sonic 1 usually by Spring Yard, Sonic 2 in Emerald Hill, and then Sonic 3 typically I get it by Marble Garden, and in Mania I got it in Studiopolis, but I'm pretty sure you can get it in Chemical Plant because I screwed one up. Okay, so now back on track to the Chaos Emerald talk. You can mostly get them quickly if you're skilled enough and if you're willing to like search for it. So it's not that actually hard, but because of how they made it so it's a 1 per zone occurrence, you can't actually get them until the 7th zone of the game. And there's like 11 zones, so yeah, that's pretty late in the game. And usually with Super Sonic, you're able to kill bosses quicker just because you're invincible the entire time and because they're quick to kill. But in this game, they take forever to kill, and by the time you get Super Sonic, you'd already have to fight every other boss up until that point, so it's just really annoying to do. But hey, at least you get Chaos Emerald powers with such cool powers such as water, see things that aren't there, clone yourself, that's the most useful one, fireball, that's also a useful one. I forgot the other ones, they're all pretty much useless, especially the water one when there's no water. And then there's the final one that you get, which is a special attack. It gives you the homing attack for Sonic. This gives everyone a unique attack, but it's so useless because you get Super Sonic by that point, so just use Super Sonic. And there's a story in the game that I genuinely do not know what happens. Sonic and his friends go to the Starfall Islands and they are just there for some reasons. Never explain why. Fang is there too. I have a script for this and it literally says, go on, explain. I don't know. This game sucks. The story is terrible. Sonic 3 had a better story and it had no dialogue just like this one. And what genuinely confuses me is that the Chaos Emeralds aren't necessary to get the good ending. Depending on if you get them or not, the ending does not change. It's the exact same whether you get them or not. In Sonic 3 and Mania, if you don't get the Chaos Emeralds, you don't get to fight the secret final boss. And in 3, that's Doomsday Zone. And now I'm going to be comparing this one to Doomsday Zone. I didn't beat it. This game is really bad, especially on the New Game Plus. I'll get on that in a second. But from what I've heard, the secret final boss is a nightmare. You fight a big purple dragon that comes out of nowhere. It's really hard. Rings are very scarce. And there's a bunch of insta-kill things. And who does not love insta-kill? Literally everybody. Everybody hates insta-kill. Why would you add that? But wait, you said that there wasn't a secret final boss at the end of the main campaign. Well, I didn't say that exactly, but I pretty much said that. So, in order to get to the secret final boss, you need to beat Trip's story, who's the new character. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's just hard mode. You just put a bunch of spikes of enemies everywhere for that hard mode. It's really not. It's just annoying mode. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my ramblings, because if you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, like, if you genuinely want me to give my criticism about something, just leave a comment saying just to do more of this, because I'll do it. I'll do it. It's just, it'll take a while, because I'm currently working on a project for the channel's anniversary, which is taking a while. But it's been in development for like a long time. So anyways, that's it. Bye-bye. Also, I'm gonna mention that thing I'm working on is something Pinky related. And that review thing would probably be of Sonic X Shadow Generations, because you know I'm not learning my lesson. I'm gonna buy that. I am buying that. Okay, bye for real now.